Okay. Just real quick, I'm gonna go live right about now. Okay, we gonna let's roll. We got update later. Yeah, yep. Here's up, eyes open, and fist clench. Y'all know this is how we do this. Y'all let's get locked and loaded for another episode of Freedom All Radio here, Intellectual Radio. It's good, we good. Live and direct, y'all. We're gonna tap into blog talk a little bit later. I'm gonna call them in a few seconds though, but 2025. It's gonna take us a while, I guess, to get used to writing up on them school notes and pads. Again, another year, another struggle. Our New Year's resolution, we say, fight harder. Field Marshal George Jackson said, if I am guilty of anything, it is not fighting hard enough, y'all. So we got a number of different things to talk about. Come in, club in with us, y'all. This is in at 708-223-8953. I'm going to try to tap in real quick and see if we got our blog talk listeners, get them on deck. But there's a lot happening, you know. 929 73785. I'm checking that out.
Blog Talk Radio.
Robert Brooks.
There are no shows scheduled within the next 24 hours.
Okay.
Thank you for.
It's not set up. Okay, we're moving and grooving, y'all. So y'all can let people know who usually tap on the blog talk. Tap in with us on live on YouTube, Intellectual Radio, and also Freedom All Radio. I forgot. I'm self-critical. I wanted to send this out to my comrades, my family. Definitely, family of Baba Sunni, Bilal Sunni Ali, Mama Fulani, who made her transition some years back. But head of the Flyers, the top brand of the Flyers, by Bilal Sunni Ali. For those who are not familiar with him, this is courageous warrior, and his resume includes so much. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try to send this to his daughter real quick so they can tap in with us. 1 second. Let me see if I can send this to forgive me for y'all. Wow, I just came across. Interesting. I was just trying to send this. I was looking to salute right back at y'all. Right on. Salute right back at you. Yes, indeed. I was looking to send today's flyer out, and it automatically came up Bilal Sunni Ali's number. That's in fact who just recently made this transition. Sometimes you go through people who passed, and their number may still be in your phone phone log, and it brings up memories. A phenomenal representative of our people. And with the flyer, wanted to have Mama Fulani on there all as well, because a lot of times we talk about the revolution, talking about the struggle. There's this stoic assessment that that people say, like, detached of family, detached of that dynamic of love. And in fact, we see Commandante Ernesto Che Guevara of the Cuban Revolution that said that no matter how preposterous it may sound, a revolution is guided by the most sincere sentiments of love. I want to recommend everybody some a podcast, Seeds of Wisdom, Seeds of, oh, forgive me, I'm moving so fast. I'm gonna post so we can post their podcast up. This is the daughters, Mama Fulani Ali and Baba Bilal Sunni Ali. And I had the opportunity to be on there with them recently. Russell Maroon Schultz and Teresa Schultz were on there talking about the book for Russell Schultz Sr. recently also. I dare not attempt to capsulize or give the full resume of this brother. In fact, I had some recent dialogue when I come with our coordinator, Chewy Clark, who hears about our branch. Leads up. I work in New Orleans, Louisiana. Oh, definitely get to New Orleans. We're still getting details in regards to having to do what happened in New Orleans, Louisiana. Matter of fact, Comrade Chewy Clark, if you coordinator, Comrade, if you are on, please call in so we get assessment. We're hearing different stories. They say it was down, I think, the French quarters. A vehicle supposed to ran directly into a crowd. And I haven't seen any of the images, but it said 10 people, at minimum, 10 people were murdered. And the state itself is they're referencing this as an act of terrorism. So I don't, I'm not sure the details. So any of our comrades down there, they give us some updates in regards to what's happening down there in New Orleans, Louisiana, who, ironically, Bilal Sunni Ali has some deep roots down there in Louisiana, deep roots. So any information people can updates from that, please do. We're gonna be talking about the legacy, but last one, I'm trying to get some comrades to tap in with us. Also, Robert Brooks, who was brutally murdered in New York prison. In fact, I'm sending this file to a couple more people to see if they can get a couple of get some information also in regards to. They say his father's had some history. Oh, I just seen this picture again. What just seen this picture again with a picture Kalonji had sent me years back. This had to be about, see if I can, this is about Bilal Sunni Ali, Kalonji, Professor Griff, Shaka, this Bilal Sunni Ali, his son, myself, and Mukasa Willie Ricks. This had to be in 20, oh wow, I'm looking at this picture. Let me see if I can show you all this picture. This had to be in this had to be 2002. I'm showing the picture right here. There's Bilal Sunni Ali right there in the back. Standing giant. And I'm not just talking about physically, a giant. That's him now. This brother here, on a phenomenal. I'm not going to speak about him in the correct chronological order of his timeline, but his work on the case of Imam Jamil Al-Amin, formerly known as H.R. Brown, who we spoke about last week. There was some serious health issues. Let me go back to Instagram. I forgot. I'm on Instagram. Y'all on Instagram, forgive me. I had to tap out. I came across a photograph of Bilal Sunni Ali. History with Republic of New Africa, the Black Panther Party. Legendary. In the artist world, as a musician dealing with I think he played the alto sax, and I stressed the alto sax because I played the alto sax for a brief minute. In fact, Chairman Fred, as a youngster, he too alto saxophone, and I believe that Bilal Sunni played the alto saxophone, but he also he would perform with the late great Gil Scott Heron. He utilized the venues to inform people, the artist venues about the cases so political prisoners, but again, in particular, that H. Brown, Emanuel Jim Amin, he himself, as well as his wife, were both former political prisoners. I was watching this podcast yesterday, and I want to definitely recommend y'all Google it. It's, so I think Seeds of Revolution. I'm moving too fast, but my sisters, they talked about even growing up, being the children of Bilal Sunny Ali and also Mama Fulani Ali, with her being on a run. And I recall an interview with them myself. It was therapeutic because it just, the impact of being a revolutionary, you know what I'm saying, growing up, stuff you take for granted, because his friend, his brother, who's Napoleon, was Napoleon with the Outlaws, with Park. He told me, and they asked him a question about Park's father, who also knew the Black Panther Party, and he had said something to the effect, he said, you gotta understand that how Pac grew up, you see the mindset. He said, this is, I think it was in regards to a question about some regards to the state and many things that, that people may dismiss as you being paranoid, or, that you all make this, like, and I live back in my life in retrospect. There were individuals around me who engaged, who did actions, who at that time I said, man, this got to be counterinsurgency. There's got to be an agent provocateur. And I can look back and say, they made not even meant no harm, or even though they was actually, working as an agent provocateur, but the actions, the activities were harmful. And it's a certain, like, you growing up, like he had said something, Napoleon said, he said, Park, it was a common thing when they moved from a different apartment. He said, like, putting peanut butter on the walls, get rid of the fingerprints and stuff like this. Now, people are looking outside like, what? How is it, growing up is that, and I was listening to Bilal Sunni Ali interview he had did some years back, and he said one of the cases he was given, that during the trial, their then attorney, Chokwe Lumumba, who also was the attorney, Nate Napo, New African People's Organization also, he had said, yes, right on. You can't beat this audience here. He was Gil Scott-Heron's sax player. Come on with it. I will walk right on. Y'all do me a favor too. Repost and retag the flyer, put it out to people. Because we had the flyer done last minute. What was I going with this? I guess I lost my train of thought though. Somebody Bilal Sunni Ali and different things about, like, I lost my train of thought. It'll come back though. Also, in regards to, like, different things that you just, in the movement and stuff you take for granted. And the case with Bilal Sunni Ali, he was saying during the trial that attorney Chokwe Lumumba had brought up in court, it said something to the effect that, well, because one of the forensic scientists had said that they did not find Bilal Sunni Ali's fingerprints or anything. So they were saying, like, in a way like this dismisses him from the case. So the defense had said, well, okay, you didn't find it. Were you looking for it? Did you have access to his fingerprints? And this came out that, said his is what is Sada Shakur and other forces, that they had came with their fingerprints. They had access to their fingerprints, and this is things, like, okay, to be targeted, and also be targeted in time period. A lot of people say, "Oh, you're paranoid," so on and so forth. Not have that cushion of, acknowledgement that's of an acknowledged war. And I've said this a number of different times. One of the disadvantages, a major disadvantage, we as a people of a non-acknowledged war. I use such analogies as, in Nazi Germany, you hear terms like, it's acknowledged that the Fuhrer of the Nazi Germany at the time, Adolf Hitler and the SS and SA, that they created the ghettos, as opposed to scriptures that flipped in our community did somehow, that we created the ghettos. The terms like propaganda bomb, political prisoners, where it's acknowledged, where not only those who are engaged in the battle on the battlefield, the surrounding the community, it's acknowledged. So you like say, like we the old action of the Black Panther Party. So we fight for the minds and hearts of the people. Saying, to be, even if they're not even engaged in the struggle, but to, say, at least acknowledge, what's going down. And it creates a different climate. and just to bring in the courtroom, heighten that contradiction. I recall on what the Trump case I was issued, and just fighting, struggling with different legal minds to get this, saying this in the discussion. In fact, I wanted to propose a motion at one period to say that as opposed to I'm coming in and the guards, they're extra armed, they got the dogs. That I should, saying I'm, the script should be flipped. I'm the one, the survivor of, saying the brutal massacre on Monroe, in which Deputy Chairman Freire, the 15th of Mark Clark, was assassinated. So saying even if the motion doesn't pass, to at least put the pill in the applesauce to heighten the contradiction. That's something we can do to heighten the contradiction. That saying when you use terms like prisoner of war, political prisoner, to heighten the contradiction, even so it's how you're viewed and what's viewed. Kind of like people say, man, don't piss on my pants and say it's raining. So the struggle, the call it for what it is, and it is say knowing is half the battle. And that's so you hear about that revolutionary period, that climate. You hear about different terms like what's your, you look at old flyers, old propaganda, old leaflets. It would say such and such their ransom was this, and it was a climate where it's William Thoreau who authored Civil Disobedience. He has said that in an unjust society, only place for a just man, and I'll take the liberty of paraphrasing it, a just man or a just woman will be that of prison. So, so putting in context that there's no war on drugs, war on guns, war on gangs, but actually war engaged with people, and to put the combatants in its correct context. Scroll my phone. You said beta does come right. Scroll my phone listening, and I'm reminded regularly how many ancestors are. Yeah, something. I literally I just came across Bilal Sunny Ali's name. I was asking for one of his daughters sending the flyer, and it just hit me. I'm as we're talking about him, I'm flashback on conversations with him as well as Mama Fulani, and just the impact. Something. Okay, it was the Midnight Band. Right on, that man. Interviewed him. He shared that I was watching it. Maybe this may be the interview I'm referencing also. Okay. Interviewed him, and he shared that he's Garifuna from Belize, and that the St. Vincent slave shipwreck story they tell was just a story. Let me put this in context for viewers and listeners. We're talking about Bilal Sunny Ali, and Ivor Watkins was commenting that when he interviewed him, and maybe since I watched this other day myself, that he's Garifuna and from Belize, and that the St. Vincent slave shipwreck story that they tell us was just a story. But the Garifuna have been in Central South America at least 60,000 years, and they have parallel ceremonies to the Mayans in Guatemala, Honduras, and Belize, etc. Powerful, loving brother who was always down for our village. I was watching, and I think we may be referencing the same interview, and I was, and I had an opportunity to be in Belize a number of times myself, and that's like you and how the vicinity, the closeness of the Honduras, Guatemala, and other places, and something about the Africans' presence in a lot of these places is something that is a constant struggle about. Like even in places like China, where you go back and look at, you go back and look at, even here, since the different statues and the Olmec heads, so on and so forth, you see the African presence, it's been here. And I attribute, and this was, you speaking about what Bilal Sunny Ali had pointed out the contradiction that as opposed to the narrative that was the story that they say that a slave ship had wrecked on an island, to Belize, and that as a result, that's that was the present Africans. I ascribe, and I'm open for some dialogue on this. I subscribe to that. That we were, there was we did trade, and we like trade and have relationships with people throughout the world. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, Sheikh Anta Diop talks about not just like I give this example. He talks about I think he references a matriarchal society where we can work in harmony with each other, with nature, so on and so forth. But but still, there may be contradictions. Whether a lot of times it's not noticed unless it's antagonistic contradiction, where the ruling class take, you know what I'm saying, like takes in this, you know, like you go certain places, like I think I just watched an interview recently, so in regards to Africa, and you don't, you know, even how you don't hear the term like black, you know what I'm saying, like it's a given, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, and this system, I'm talking about in regards to imperialism, how it takes contradictions, and that's something that's not something we have a fear factor of even acknowledge that contradictions exist, and it takes it and it really exploits when we don't acknowledge their contradictions. So it comes in, it exploits them. You know what I'm saying? Exploits them. It makes them necessarily antagonistic. And this is in regards to gender. This is in regards to different political ideologies, race, and that's something particular that the system utilizes. And I think and so a lot of times we'll have different, you know, saying our presence in other nationalities, and other, you know, so that there'll be contradictions, and they may be appear to be dormant. But then when the other time we think it's new, when system comes, like you look in Iraq, you know, saying, and how the system plays up, they'll say, like in Iraq, they would say, well, there's no, they had a whole campaign about the Shia and the Sunni Muslims, and they kind of made it like a bad taste in your mouth to acknowledge that there were contradictions, and it's real. I think it's attractive or appealing to say, well, we all the same. You know, this is like some sort of utopian assessment, you know, to believe that we all the same. And this is something that uh, uh, um, is present in our households, in our relationships, in our communities. And a lot of times you're moving so fast, especially when you're being colonized, you're not afforded the luxury to be able to, let's say, it's humbling that you can't utilize certain privileges that the ruling class can use, and like, or even class privilege. I would talk to people, and they was, you know, and I would listen to them, like, you know, how they assess, even like I recall a discussion, people talking about, like, even like the astrology, and I was like, man, and they was really talking about, like, you know, like it's something, and like in the real world, even in relationships, you colonize different things trump that. In other words, I'm saying, it doesn't. It's not that you can read astrology and say, well, this astrological sign is attracted to this astrological sign, but you look at, I mean, for lack of better terms, on a plantation, there are different dynamics that you'll say that that crack supersedes that, penitentiary, prison times, all that, you know what I'm saying, just being colonized. So, you know, so gentrification, land grab, people displacing their families, these dynamics, you know what I'm saying, what happens in New Orleans after Hurricane America, like people, you know, so for just Hurricane Katrina, or displacing of people, the destabilization of the projects in Chicago, these dynamics, you know what I'm saying, when the family, so it's certain situations that, like in politics, even your perception of beauty, you know what I'm saying, it's certain forces on the, you know, that you align with politically, and in organizations, and like even coalitions, you know, like you look throughout history, like, you know, I was on a discussion. They talking about, I think on the podcast, they talking about John Gotti Jr. He said something to the effect that Gotti Jr. had said that thousands of years ago, he said he could see his father Gotti Sr. relating with to Hannibal, and the discussion came about in regards to, you know, somebody asked me, how you make that connection? And so I get talking about the whole thing about the history of the Alps and Hannibal. You know what I'm saying? You know, the only fighting, you know, fighting against Rome, and the different tactics they were employed, and like even the intermarrying, the relationships that occur as as a result of Hannibal fighting against, you know, Rome. You know, and then like the history of the Italians, you know, what I'm saying, in the Alps, in the mountains, and you to put that in context, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you have to, you know, typically, like, when you talk about, you look at food, the history of food, you look at history of music, you look at history of everything, a relationship, even the definition of beauty, what put in what context of time period, who was being colonized by who. I use this analogy. I was at this coffee shop one time, and the lady has came and she was telling me that the coffee was I said, I asked her, Vietnamese coffee. I said, Vietnamese coffee. And she was explaining to me, she said, yes, it's French influenced. I said, wow, that's a nice way of saying it. That's a cool way, a chic way of saying it, that somebody colonized you, you know what I'm saying? Because like in Chicago, we were talking about the organizational question. You know what I'm saying? We're daily influence, Capone influenced. But like every aspect of a people. You know, it's like to be like you look at examples in Brazil where you see even to this day had a drum, had a beat when they the dance. This is a result of the Portuguese, as the Portuguese not outlawing the drum, as opposed to North America, the drum was illegal. You know, hey, when they come through the chain of shackles, like, hey, hold on, shut that down. Ain't no drums happening. So you are a product, you impacted. You know what I'm saying? And this is and to take into account the different experiences. You're talking about weather, again, relationships, music, you name it. We talking about a number of different dynamics. We talking about what's happening, the legacy of Brother Bilal Sanali. And I think it's imperative we want to get that pitch up there also, him and Amar Fulani. Because again, a lot of times we don't see, we don't know. And keep in mind, you revolutionaries, it's something like, I tell we can't, like pictures and stuff. This, forced to be on the run, so on and so forth. They were both like literally on the run, and I was just, but just that so people do understand that under those intense conditions, that love, and I know love, like so many other terms, it becomes chic, it becomes abstract, it becomes like you hear me a lot of times. I say revolutionary love, revolutionary respect, revolutionary, and trying to stress the distinction of it, because one thing about this system, it sanitizes everything. You know what I'm saying? It either obliterates some alliance or watered down. It takes the fight up out of. You know what I'm saying? Like coffee, when they get through it, you're like, it's a different dynamic. He's talking about like I was in California, like the closer you are to the border, the Mexicano food is more. It takes more. You can see the influence of it as opposed to becoming quote unquote more American influenced. You know what I'm saying? So that dynamic of it. So like even so terms like love, sentiments. If you go the system, you'll say after they take it, they co-opt and corrupt it. Yeah, a lot of phenomenal forces touching down with us today, y'all. Yes, indeed. I want to make oh man, Billy Ray Valentine, good to see you as well, my brother. Right on. We gotta get back together in regards this brother. Hey, make sure y'all check out the movies. There's a lot of peel and applesauce. The movies, Billy Ray Valentine in the building. You know what I'm saying? You said, Bay, right on, my brother. Okay, yeah. Good points about Bilal Sanali. Oh, hold on, I see another point you was making. Okay, you say you happen to call and check on him too. Oh wow. Okay, I wanted to call and check on him too on Bilal Sanali a couple of months ago, and he sounded real good and upbeat, doing better than before. But we have to do better for our aged elders in the struggle, as you know, too many of us serve people. But then, yeah, it's and free them all. We're soldiers, free them all. My big brother Jacob Blake in the building. That's what it is, man. Yes, come on, man. Love and respect you, brother. Give my sister my love, no doubt about it. Yeah. It's we fighting to be able to put a lot of things in place. That's revolution. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times we talk about the struggle. A lot of us, a lot of our situations, we come from a deficit too in regards to struggle. Excuse me, from a deficit. And a lot of times you have resistance, but that's a reactionary resistance, because one of the tactics of the system is like that's we can't even afford to have a discussion in regards to just even. I mean, it's humbling to say. You know, like I mean, I don't want to sound like a pessimist, but I also don't want to romanticize, revolution. Also, the situation as a people, we a lot of times we're not even afford the luxury to even have a discussion about veterans and elders. You know what I'm saying? And it hurts. It's humble. It's humbling. The system they would take out key forces. That's why we pride ourselves, like even with our advisory board, the Black Panther Party comes and stressing for that. You know what I'm saying, for that. But a tactic of imperialism is to wipe out an entire generation. So you know what I'm saying. You look at I think it was on George Bush Senior. I think it was under George Bush Senior's tenure, At one point, they had acknowledged on mainstream media. They said they said without a second thought. I think over 71%, or 72, over 72%, they said of the population in Iraq was under 17 years old. So you had a whole generation of potential, lack of better terms, potential reactionaries who had not even known what happened prior. So you know, saying even the healthcare, you know, we definitely know I unite the struggle. You know, saying we have a situation to play, but a lot of forces don't. I mean, not even knowledgeable about forces that, you know what I'm saying, and it's not by happenstance. You know what I'm saying? The conversation of forces that fight for us. I can't tell you how many reactionary forces I had to deal with early on who really, literally, I mean, sincerely thought that this was the first time that we resisted. Like they literally thought that, had no concept, you know. I mean, no concept of previous struggle. Like even when our match was with us, we say Black Panther Party Cubs. We are the great grandchildren of Garvey, the offspring of Malcolm, and the cubs of Panthers. You know what I'm saying? That's the struggle. Put stuff in context. And this is not something just in regards, again, just in the movement. This is something like, you know, even in the music industry, you know, this system, it gaslights. What it does, it takes individuals and it gaslights them. And side note, I was looking at a documentary or something, and they said when the word gaslight even came from, it was a movie, I think in 1950s or something. They say, and this guy was trying to murder his white dude murdered his wife, and he would do stuff like to make her like she's going crazy, like turn the gas on, turn the lights on, and this whole term gaslighting. And I really get into the term to like, you know, like even the movie industry, you know what I'm saying, like you know, I think we the term I get hip to later on, but you can see, that's on the system do. They take individuals, they flatter them, you know, so they take you away from, you know what I'm saying, they your bogus ego inflate you with gas, you know what I'm saying, and it can be detrimental, you know. Before you know it, you sitting up in the back of like in that scene, Temptations with David Ruffin, like, yeah, it's me. I don't need no damn Temptations. It's just me, you know what I'm saying, and it taps into, you know, subjectivity, you know what I'm saying? It builds up a false reality, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, you don't even see the need for the connection of a community of people. The world revolves around you. Yeah. But like even I remember like in the music industry, you know, you look at you took like they grab some of these artists, they put them in the studios, and they have no concept like of entertainers contradictions, you know, that happened before. Like, you know, because you look, ain't nothing new under the sun. You know, it was coming about the movie Cadillac Records, and was really depicted a lot of stuff with Chess Records in Chicago, and you can see a lot of similarities. You know what I'm saying? How the exploitation of artists, how, you know, how historically went down. Yes, indeed. Also, y'all, those who have not seen the footage, please look at the footage. Robert Brooks. Excuse me. Robert Brooks. I've said a number of times, you know, that if you see the boldness of how the police operate with our communities in the outside community, imagine being behind the walls. You know what I'm saying? Where, I mean, and it's a whole politic where they train you with, you know, what are prisoners, you know, so to dehumanize you, you know, and to be isolated, you know what I'm saying? In fact, that's one of the points of the one prisoner, one contact we have to make sure you stay connected with the outside community, because you're isolated. And this literally beating to death. I recommend you we stress to watch this footage. This is not an aberration. This is common. In fact, we refer to as the protocol police terrorism. And since the revealing of this footage, there have been cases in Ohio that people you know, saying, talking about, and a lot of times with the prison population in particular, that you know what I'm saying, not only would the guards have been bombarded with a propaganda and certain mass out prison of view, outside populace. There's a preface in a book titled "The Dragon Is Cometh," which talks about the late great Field Marshal George Lester Jackson. And in the preface of the book, it talks about how it's a quote. So you go visit your loved ones in prison. The grass outside grass is is green. The visit room is saying so and so is relatively clean. So and you leave with the impression that your loved ones are being taken back, treated humanely. But the reality is they're being dogged out. They're being treated in the most inhumane ways. I think when I was seeing the footage of Robert Brooks, I flashed back to Stateville Prison, which we refer to as Deathville. I flashed back to our house segregation. I flashed back to Captain Manning and the beatdown crew. I flashed back to scenes where even the beaters were so notorious in our house segregation that the other prison population, general population, were talking like, don't even look over there. Don't even. I've been going to visit. And I was telling some brothers, I said, man, y'all heard what's happening back here? I got transferred right. I got transferred March 10th, 1997. The day was Harriet Tubman's birthday. It was a Martyr of the Month that day we was to do Harriet Tubman. And it was a day the Biggie Smalls that died. I remember hearing on TV and they were taking me out of Shawnee. And I heard on TV, but we said every month we do a Martyr of the Month campaign, and we said to do Harriet Tubman. And they took me. This is my first maximum security prison, and I remember going through. It was chained. We was chained and shackled. Rats running through the gallery. Trash packed up throughout the walls, the galleries, and they was taking us through the galleries, and brothers then how through what they call a chuck hole. I'm not taking no cell. I don't no cell. Then somebody said, "Oh, that's Chairman Fred." Then you heard Jackie Wilson, Andrew Wilson brothers. That's Chairman Fred. Bring him. Bring him in. So when the guards are coming, where would you say? Where you want? Where would you like to go? Where you want to go? I said, listen, you can put me in a cell with Chris Bloods, Stone Disciple. How you gonna do it? I ain't no fugitive. I ain't on the run. I'm cool. Whatever cell you want to put me in. And let me get this straight one time. Okay, that's straight. Okay, then we do that. And then the sale. Minister of Transportation. I'm reading this comment. Then I'm gonna tell you. Okay, 1 second. Calling off family. Even when the cop brings you to the hospital, the same thing happens. Try to intimidate that. No doubt. Yes. Right on. Yeah. Even we hear stories about Cook County jail. Never miss Cermak Hospital. And we still get all the details updates in regards to last week in Cook County Jail. Like 10 deaths in Cook County Jail. You know what I'm saying? So it's like bam, bam, bam. And I recall Stateville, they put me in the cell. This guy named Tony. He's from Aurora, Illinois. And they first brought me in. He said, man, Chairman. He said, be cool. I know what you be on. He said, man, he said, they get this, they whooping us. I said, what? He said, yeah. And he said, just ship. He said, when they brought you, he said, we knew they'd bring somebody else in of some caliber. I said, why is that? He said, brother named Minister KT. He said, the BDs, the Black Disciples, said they just moved. They said he was in here and they moved him out before they brought you in. He said he would get up every morning. He said, man, when they come on the beat downs, he would tell them blood for blood. If y'all come for me, I'm going to defend myself, And there was blood, he would say this openly, what I'm saying, inside in the cell. And then his brother got telling me about the beat down schedule. And I said, huh? I said, whoa. I said, wait a minute. He said, yeah. He said, yeah, man. He said, yeah, they be coming through. He said, on Tuesdays, such and such, and then on Fridays. I said, whoa. I said, I ain't saying I'm no Superman. I ain't saying they can't whoop us, whoop me. I say, but I ain't up with getting whooped on no schedule. I say, I don't remember that in grammar school. Mama telling you, you know, at 3 o'clock, me and you, man, hold on, we can get this on now, man. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, ain't nobody there's no schedule ass whooping. Hope be cool now. And so, it was something, and you know, what I'm saying? And just the psychic of how, you know. And I remember even looking down and seeing how the roaches had gathered up at a certain time by the door. The roaches, they flocked to the door. And he got up. What's that? He says, "Chow time." I'm telling you, this is real. It's real talk. And the roaches would fly by the door. You know what I'm saying? The trays and stuff. You know. And then what it does to the psychic. You know. So, you know, late great political prisoner Field Marshal George Jackson said, "Capitalism not only affects the economy, but it affects the psychic." You know what I'm saying? You would see different dynamics, like even they bring these lunch trays, they would do control games. They would put like a little extra weight in some of the styrofoam trays for two cellmates. And so subconsciously, you know, prisoners would be in cell and they would pick up the like try to hold a heavier one. You know what I'm saying? Thinking there's more food in. I'm telling you, this is real talk. And I tell people, even I feed dogs, I try to balance the food out. When I feed dogs, like literally, I try to balance the food out. But these are the type of tactics, you know what I'm saying, that like even the Cook County Jail, how they would place one Kool-Aid jar, one TV, one control, you know what I'm saying? You know, create an antagonist situation on the joint. So this just let you know the type of atmosphere, and these are actual programs put together to keep you disunified. And then I recall this situation we sitting there. So I get these raggedy shoes. I never forget, man. I get these shoes that I mean, they tore up. So I'm got them tied up though, because I'm like man, because I didn't hear all these horror stories. They coming in, they beat us down. So I'm getting my shoes tied up, and they come through. There's one guard knock on the door. He say, "Hampton," I jump out. Yeah, man. What's up, man? Like this my hey, y'all take me out today because I ain't going. I ain't going. She said, "No, we know who you are. You know you here." Blah blah. I said, "Oh, okay." So still guards up, and man, this white cat, he come running down the gallery. Man. Let me put this in context. You know, it was like he was associated with the Latin Kings. It was a few white, it was one that many white cats, but he was literally naked. He was reeking with mace. They had sprayed him with mace. The guards chasing down the gallery. They bust the doors down. They put him. You could smell it. You could smell the mace. You could smell the mace. They sprayed on him. And so they put him inside. They had these electric doors. Open the doors, and then he got him down. He can't see. You can hear him choking the mace. And Jackie Wilson, for those not familiar, he's out now. And I ain't heard from Jackie Wilson. I'm salty with you. I ain't heard from Jackie Wilson. I'm salty with you, bro. I love you. I ain't heard from Jackie Wilson. It was Jackie and Andrew Wilson who was tortured by the infamous Lieutenant John Burns. It's my man. It's my brother, man. Reach out to me. You might in contact with Jackie Wilson. ID number was A-901A1. Some of these numbers I'm telling you, I can click like that to you. Brian Smith, B-O8551. Brian Smith still locked up. Man. Jerry Odinga Dunnigan, C-B012, C-01. No, B. He's out now. But these are some of the names, ID names and numbers I can still in my brain. And Jackie Wilson was telling him to he had these little plastic pens. He's sticking inside the faucet. Hit the thing 3 times. Let the water come up. He was telling him how to get the mace off of him. He said, move to this side of the sink, get the mace. And the guy was trying to make something, but another guy in the cell with him, man, he got the hollering, and I'm like, what is he hollering for? Something happened to him? He was hollering about the guy, the white dude getting the mace off of him. The dude in the cell said, man, Captain Manny gonna come beat us down for this dude wetting the floor. I said, wow. He was concerned about the floor becoming wet, or this guy getting the mace off of him. I remember they would come on these beat downs. Different times, different periods, you know what I'm saying? they arbitrarily they hit these doors. Your door would be jammed. And I remember when the one cell I was in, the door it wouldn't work. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to get moved at this cell because I had a little extra time before they popped the doors on you. You didn't know if it was your breakfast or they coming in with mace to beat down. You never knew what you was gonna get served. And I remember they brought us out one time. They hit the doors to rumble, or actually beat us up, and they hit the door. And his brother Lil D, he was what you refer. A lot of times people refer to as state raised. In other words, grew up inside from the juvenile detentions all through the jail, so on and so forth. He just, man, he had it. He was fed up. He said, man, kill me right now. I'll never forget. He said, man, yeah. I remember some standouts we had to have, and and some courageous forces, Jackie Wilson and others, that was held captive in those concentration camps. So I'm telling you about where my mind went when I seen the beatings of Robert Brooks. And this is not a aberration. You take the individuals. And they have a psychological profile they grab for which ones to put inside they call the adjustment committee, which is really like the court system inside the court. You know what I'm saying? They have those who they put on the beat down crew. They know which ones to shoot up with. I remember one warden, Georgia Teller, they had simultaneously snatched all the weights from the prison yards. No weights. Then he told the guards that they had to shoot steroids. I'm like, literally. They had to shoot steroids. And you've seen these people, these guards being inflated. This is at the time and working in conjunction with legislations. Because they had used this propaganda piece from the video footage release of Richard Speck. Richard Speck was the guy who had the cases on the University of Chicago nurses. And he posed to kill all these nurses, but one of them survived. She's under the bed. And Richard Speck ended up being in Stateville, and he ended up having steroids. Mine used before this is pre Kim Kardashian. This Google Richard Speck on YouTube in Stateville prison. Hormone treatment, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, breast inside the prison. And they had this footage with him with all this plate for the cocaine. And they use that footage to justify taking away pictures. You can't take family pictures no more, and shutting the joints down. And they'll say, they came hard. I'm thinking this was around April 1997, and I again. So I came to Stateville. I think March, March of 1997. Was taken to Stateville. So that's some of the thoughts that went through my mind. Robert Brooks, yes indeed. So I need a mentor, if you're in Chicago, please come club with us, Terrence James. If you come to the Hampton House. Speaking of which, if you can, we're doing a lot. We need a lot of work there. It's a brother who probably watching. I really want him to be on point so bad. There's one brother. He's phenomenal with the video and stuff like that, but I just can't. I can't force feed you. You know what I'm saying? I want to get this podcast running up there. To start document stuff on, we need. I want to. There's a lot of people I'm trying to work with doing different things, but they don't. I gotta say this. They can't see the significance of a lot of people of my genre. That, saying I'm a revolutionary in reactionary times, and I was watching this podcast with this guy Michael Francisi, and since I don't say this wrong, name incorrect, but it's the whole thing with John Gotti Jr. would not do the interview nobody unless he done it with him, and it's certain context that you need, to be to be able to tell certain stories and relate, So we're working on that with you. But please, I encourage you come to the Hampton House. Jacob Blake, my big brother, say, once you see the beat downs with your own eyes, you understand who the gang is. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And I'm just man, that footage, handcuffed, all that, just and it's a hell of a feeling. We know the deal is, we deal with death every day. Like, my generation, people say like shit, a comedian may have said, black people suicide, really say you shit, black ones walk outside, shit, you know what I'm saying? So what's going down? Get took up out of there. But coordinator 2 o'clock. If you can call in 708-223-8953, some commentary on Bilal, son, and also what's happening in New Orleans, Louisiana, what's happening? So we getting bits and pieces. What happened? Even the state is saying it was terrorism. So so any insight on that would be good. Oh, Terrence said we was doing time together. Okay, right, man. Then please check us. Come to the Hampton. Okay, come to the Hampton House. Yeah. Paid to come in. My superpower at that time, it was doing AIDS and crack. Long Island College Hospital, downtown Brooklyn. It served Red Hook, where I'm from, Fort Greene, and a few other projects. It was eye opening. Yeah, it's something to deal with death in general. But the thought of death behind those walls and that concrete is a different dynamic. It's we just raised some finance funds, get the brother Earl Good back. Trying to work on getting him released. Then we got word he had passed. And the seriousness of getting his body back to his family. And I remember someone was like, well, what's the big deal? To be just tagged with a number, you know what I'm saying? You know what? Ironically, a good movie that talk about that Life. That was Life. I kind of dug that movie. Eddie Murphy and Lamar Lawrence, and I attribute a lot of it to was it brother Oba T? Tupac played the movie with him. Yeah, I want to say, he had a lot to do with the writing. I felt like, damn, Eddie Murphy. Because when you look at different movies, certain people like the conscious level that it was going to happen. Where they at, you know what I'm saying? No, comrade, you got to call. No, Fremont, you have to call in. No, 708-223-8953. Call that number for me. We online here. I'm using the phone. I'm on the show.
Give it that number again.
708-223. Man, I'm trying to call you back. I'm trying to call you back. 708-223-8953. All right, friend. I'm sitting on that.
You see if I called this.
Ah, damn. I lost my damn shit. I lost my damn Instagram. What? I knew I was gonna do that. I knew it. I knew it. Okay, Instagram. Y'all can tune back in with us. I lost the call for a minute. Instagram followers, please give y'all a minute to get back in with us. I answered the phone. I was on this comrade calling on this other phone that's here. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to. I'm trying to get a couple of calls calling in. Excuse me. Okay. This is either Comrade Chewy or thank you. Fremont. Okay. Fremont. call back. Fremo. Hello, Fremo. Hello.
Yes, go ahead. So I'm listening in, right?
Oh, you listening? I get you on the phone. I get. Oh man, hey, if you can, how you can you comment? If you can talk to us, I get you. I'm on the air right now.
Yeah, I can talk to you now.
Okay. First, I know it's the last. First of all, I know it's the last minute call. We know it's gonna be on studio today. And I just felt duty bound to do this. You know what I'm saying? Again, man. So forgive me on the last minute call. We love you. Our condolences. Let me see if I can get you. Okay. We've been on for a while. I man, put you on the spot last minute, but we just be talking about some I was talking about some of the past interviews and just some of the past. People been commenting some the background, the background, your family tree, everything. You know what I'm saying? So just feel free if you can give us a little bit. You know what I'm saying, man. Baba Lal, and it was who he is.
I'm sorry, so excuse my voice. I'm a little hoarse.
Yes.
But first, I just want to give thanks to the Creator for life and legacy and time, patience, endurance, and give a thanks to the Creator for allowing my siblings and I to have the parents that we had, to be able to come through the lineage that we had, because it goes even deeper than who our parents are.
Yes.
I'm thankful
Yes.
to the Creator for allowing that.
Yes.
I'm just I'm in gratitude at this time.
Yes.
I'm thankful that my father is at peace,
Yes.
no longer suffering.
Yes.
I wasn't just his daughter for the last 6 months.
Yes.
I was his primary caretaker at my home on my land in Georgia. And so, just as I was for my mother for her last 9 months.
Yes.
And what I described when my mother passed, it was like either like you giving birth or your child going off away from you, once she was gone. And after my father passed, it was the same type of feeling, but I wasn't so distraught.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it would be, but I was more at peace because my father and I had so much time to just sit with him and I and just talk.
Yes.
Talk about what he wanted and talk about, life, and him tell me, different things I never knew about, the movement and the struggles, and him just, share his heart with me. And so, I took that time because the difference between him and my mother couldn't talk to us for those 9 months.
Yes.
Even when she would try, it would be very hard for her and for us.
Yes.
So being able to sit and talk to him, I was able to just get direction of what he would like for the world to be, what he wanted to see continue and what he wanted to make sure continued. That, one, he wanted to make sure that we continue to support, Imam Jamil.
Yes.
And the Free Imam Jamil campaign and all political prisoners.
Yes.
Because it's so important that we stand up and we continue to fight as they have fought for us.
Yes.
He also wanted us to continue the fight of us building our own holistic institute, because so many of our elders do not get the opportunity to be at home and to be taken care of by their loved ones or in a facility with loved ones. And so I'm actually on my land. I live in Sparta, Georgia, and I have 110 acres of land. And I'm building a holistic institute where I can house our elders when they get sick or they just need to get a reprieve or need to get a lift, because we'll have, healing modalities there through music, through acupuncture, through Reiki, all those different holistic avenues of getting natural health and rejuvenation. So that's one thing that my father he would say, he always said to me, I want to see that happen before he take his last breath. So, of course, I told him, I was honest with my father and said, I don't know if that's going to happen before you take your last breath, but I will give him my word that it will happen, and so I'm continuously going to build on that and stand on making sure that happens. And then the last thing he said was he wants to make sure that the youth are continually empowered, continually educated on who we are, and that we continue to gather the youth in the streets, in the prison houses, in the sick beds, so that they can know that they have a strong culture and they have strong legacies to live on and to rebuild and to stay in tune with our movement culture. And one thing he always taught was that these organizations that are coming up to mimic the 70s and 80s, that it's not about mimicking them, but about coming, sitting, and asking the questions, getting the right tutelage.
Yes.
Means those who want to do this need to come to those who have done it and ask for guidance, ask for help, ask for assistance. There's nothing wrong with doing that. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel. That's something that we do as a people so often, and that's why I feel, this is my opinion, so many things fail, because we don't learn from our past. We try to think that we're better than what our parents or our ancestors did.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not about being better. It's about learning what they did wrong so that we don't repeat the same mistakes, because a lot of times that's what happens. So those are the things that my father wants and desires to see happen. Those are the action items he has given many people to go forward and do. About a month ago, when I was given the word that my father would be passing, I asked him what did he want, and he said he wanted whoever wanted to come see him to come or to talk to him. And that's what happened. I would say over 100 some people came. I'm talking about daily to see my father, and it was just so rejoicing for him, because it gave him that time to say thank you to those who he loved, and for them to say thank you to him. So I appreciate, all the calls, all the texts, and all those things I relate to my father. Those who couldn't come physically, I relate to him, the messages from everybody. So because those things give people, especially our elders, the energy to move on, to carry on, because then they know that what they did was not in vain. And I could tell every time someone came, every time someone called and text, and I read it to him, he smiled or he said what he needed to say, and he was pleased. So I'm thankful to each and every one of you. As children in the movement, it's so hard to share these last moments with the people. And at times we want to be selfish. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to lie. I do at times want to be selfish in this moment. Yeah. But my father's whole life was about the people. Yeah. My father was not a selfish man, and he taught us not to be selfish. Yeah. I had to put aside my own emotions and know that this is what he would want for us to share and for us to go on as his children, to not sit in slumber, to not get depressed and not to cry all day and night over him being gone physically, and just to be thankful for the time we did have, and to continue to share who he is and who he was to the people. And I'm here to share, because that's what he was before I was born, and that's what he is after he's gone. So, and my mother, of course, was the same way. And the most beautiful part of his whole transition was yesterday, was my parents' 48th wedding anniversary. Wow. They were reunited. And it's been 8 years since my mother passed. So it was like so divine, because 8 is like infinity, completeness. And I know my father was ready to go see his wife again. And he missed her, and she missed him, I'm sure. And because for the last 48 years, outside of doing the people's work, my parents were inseparable. Outside of being in prison or on the run, my parents were inseparable. And even in those moments, they were inseparable. So I'm just thankful that the Creator allowed my father his spirit to rise on that 30th of December so that he could meet his love again on their anniversary. So, and even in these moments of sadness and reflection, we, my siblings and I, we see all the happiness. We see all the great things that our parents did, not just for the people, but even for us. Because at times, you know, we don't see everything that our parents do, but when the times like this happen, we see all the love. My sister posted something yesterday. She said, with all the love and support, it's like our family is flying, and that's how we feel. We're like soaring on clouds because the support is so there. We don't even feel the pain at this moment. And we know it's going to come and be heavy at times. But the fact that so many people have poured out so much love, so much support, lifted us up, has allowed us to take these few days that in his passing and just feel so good. So we thank everybody for that as well. Even if y'all don't know it, that's what y'all have given to us. And we thank you all. You know, Fred, like you always there to support, and I love you. I love your Ema, your mother. And I'm thankful to you. And of course, you know, like you said, it's a last minute call, but we wasn't raised to. It's like when whether you're ready, we don't even have to be ready. We was always taught to stay ready, right?
Man, real talk. Real talk.
So, you know, it's never last minute. It's just right on time.
Yes.
And I thank you for even, you know, extending the opportunity to send me the invite. And because that also, you know, teaches us that we have to hold each other accountable too.
Yeah.
And as my brother, as my cousin, as my cub comrade, I thank you for, you know, lifting me up and saying, hey, come do this. Let's get this done.
Yes.
I just pray that everybody grabs the baton and carry on the legacies of all of our revolutionary ancestors. Grabs the baton and ask those who are still here that are living for advice, for guidance. Humble ourselves to our elders, because the one thing is we don't have the wisdom that they have. And I tell everybody all day that I'm humbled. I'm forever humbled. I'm forever honored to have served my father in the capacity I did.
Right on.
To have served my mother in the capacity I did for her. Because it's not easy to watch your parents, your heroes and your sheroes dwindle in front of you. But this is life, and we have to do it. Those of us who have the opportunity, because we all don't even get that opportunity. So, you know, I'm thankful. I'm honored to be a daughter of Bilal Fulani Slayali. And I just pray that not only us as their children continue to build up that legacy, but the people who say you loved my parents, and you honor them, that you all truly pick up that mantle, pick up that baton, and do the work. Get in those streets, get your feet working, whatever has to be done. Get the work done, because that's how we honor them. We can't just honor them with Facebook posts and social media posts or text and saying how much we love them, but we got to honor them by doing the work. And I don't mean that the work has to be done like how they did, but doing something that you're showing that you are uplifting your people in whatever way it may be. You know, the free breakfast programs, doing things in the community, taking care of our youth, taking care of our elders. Those are the most two important things that our ancestors did. And honestly, I'm a Hebrew, and the Most High says, when you take care of the fatherless and the widow and the elder, or the worry head, that's what gives you that glory, that's what the Creator looks at, those deeds. So we have to do good deeds for our people. And it really starts with our children and our elders. So, Fred, I thank you, Chairman Fred, I thank you. For your mom, for the land, by any means necessary, we will win. And as my father always says, it's see y'all in the whirlwind.
Man, since you man. Oh man. Man, revolutionary love and respect to you, to your family, legacy. And yeah. Just flashback on a lot of stuff, a lot of conversations. Yeah, flashback. Yeah.
Yeah. So he loves you.
Oh man. He provided counsel on a lot of situations. Oh man. Yeah. For those who tuning in too, the service is going to be coming up soon. That would March is going to be a call for everybody. Correct, sis.
Yeah. So tomorrow is this janaza prayer.
Yes.
At 1:00 at the Atlanta Mosque in Atlanta, Georgia, and then at 2:30 to 3:30 is going to be the burial, and then in March we're not putting the date out yet because we're just solidifying everything. It'll be a celebration of life, and the celebration of life is going to be an actual concert/program to honor my father as a musician and as a revolutionary. Many people who may not know it, my father was the spirit of the Midnight Band. Somebody just commented on that. They just put on Facebook. They just commented that. Yep. Yeah. He is the spirit of the Midnight Band. Gil Scott Heron in the Midnight Band.
Yes.
And I've been, in communication with them consistently. So we are going to do a concert. I'll tell y'all one thing that my dad said. I said, well, what type of concert? He said, I want the baddest cats in the world. I want the baddest cats. And I said, okay, Daddy.
Yes, indeed.
That's what we're going to do our best to fulfill what he, wanted and honor him in that manner. And we will put it out as soon as possible. We just get over this part of his celebration of placing him, in the earth that
yes.
Peter has commanded him for.
Yes.
And then we'll go into planning that, and we'll make sure that the people, the community, the world knows when, where, and ample enough time so you'll be able to prepare yourself.
Yes.
And we are preparing to, have it in a space where we can have hundreds of people, maybe thousands, because so many
yes.
people want to attend. So, just give us a little time so we can prepare, and just give us time because we do need to take a moment to kind of just breathe through this.
Yes.
My younger sister is about to have a baby in 30 days.
Wow.
So, we're just kind of just moving
yes.
through these motions of ending, saying, well, yes, see you in the whirlwind to one, and
yes.
bringing another one from the whirlwind. So,
yes.
Just be patient with us, but we'll be in March, and we will give out that information as soon as we're able to.
We at y'all service, whatever time, apparatus we get, we get the word out, whatever system, we hear. Again, we appreciate you, your family, man, which y'all contribute them to this, man, so much. If you can, I've been just sending some sporadically. I've been sending past interviews, Barbara Lau, Mama Fulani, just with you all. The podcast, I had the opportunity to be on with y'all, and just if you can just let people know where they can go get see that, so people can just, for those who have, and I sympathize, I say this, I'm saying this in all sincerity. The forces I've had, who I've had the fortune to be on the battlefield with, I'm talking about. I sometimes, like, I be hearing people talk about, like, regards to, the different, whether it be the gender issues in that community, so on and so forth. I say I sympathize with y'all. I've had the fortune to men, women, and children. I know this. And this I know abstract work. People just say like cliches. Oh yeah, black people are beautiful. I'm talking about. And so, I mean tangible. I know forces, and these I'm talking about, man. I mean real committed. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of times I see people they have to suffice. So they come in, they see hustlers. I see fraud organizations. I'm talking about. I take for granted that people that you notice that. So if you can give us some of them, and that won't do us justice to see some of those interviews, but it'll be eye opening for so many people. I'm talking about doing. They're not just talking it, but I'm talking about. I ain't talking about just no Black History Month. I'm just talking about doing. I hear people who I sympathize with people who have to suffice for the Democrat or the Republican Party. I'm talking about. I be telling people, I say, man, black folks can fall out with each other with some white folks shit. I'm talking about. And I'm talking about people. You don't have. Who they have to suffice. I'm talking about forces who are clear who they are, and like my sister just said, not just her mother and father, the lineage. The history. Man, the history. I'm talking about, man. I watched this piece again with him last night. You know what I'm saying, man? And the brother commented earlier about him talking about beliefs, and talking about it's so much. It's so many examples. I should tell other cats, man, we ain't got to. No, y'all, we ain't got to suffice for a lot of people. Got to go through to get the Luciano, Al Capone, these shirts. I'm talking about, we got real go getters. I'm talking about, and some people. I hear people sometimes say, well, the men ain't doing this, the women ain't doing it. I'm talking about real balance. These are examples of balance, a community balance. And give us some of those, just some links of those interviews, the podcast y'all got going on. And please, y'all, write this down. Go check this out. Since get an eighth. I had a last minute. Mama Florence said, adore them. I want you to see them. Like she said, not just talking. The farm them to my man. Own it, doing it. So just give us some of those links, sis.
Okay. So two of my sisters and I have a podcast called Seeds of the Revolution, Daughters of the Whirlwind, and it can be found on all podcasting sites as like Amazon Music or Amazon Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. We also go live. Not us doing the podcast live, but our live recording. Our season ended, but we go live, and you can find our recordings on YouTube at Seeds of Revolution on YouTube, and then also on Black Power Media on YouTube. And you can also hit our website, which is seedsofrevolution.com. You can buy merchandise there, hoodies, T-shirts. We're also, we're going to be getting more merch soon for Daughters of the Whirlwind as well for our podcast. We are on our 4th season. We just did our semi-season finale. Actually, the day that our father passed, we had scheduled to do a live podcast season finale, but we canceled that part, but we still aired our documentary through a Zoom process, so that's not on YouTube. But we will resume our podcasting in May. And this season, these next 2 seasons, our podcast is going to be dedicated, which my cousin just said, we interviewed him for this season. For the beginning of this season, we're interviewing all those of our comrades and our cousins and who either their parents were slaughtered, murdered by the U.S. government. Their parents have been in prison. Whether it be some or all of their lives. We're interviewing them, those who have died in the prison, those who have died coming out from the prison, and we're interviewing children whose parents are in exile or were exiled. Because one thing is, we know our story has to be told, and it has to be told by us. Because if we allow everyone else for it to be watered down, then the truth of it and the sincerity of it and the ingenuity of it and the integrity of who we are and who our parents are will be compromised. And we can compromise who they are and who we are by no means. No amount of money, no amount of fame. And one thing I love about when we interviewed Jim and Fred, we talked about the movie, and he talked about how it was uncompromisable. And that's so important. That story is told, because so many people will assume
Yes.
And that he fought for the integrity of his father's story and his father's true likeness. And that's what we have to do, and that's what we will do.
That's right.
And with the support of you all, our people, it will happen and will continue. And we can continue to tell these stories. And we can continue to tell it so that generation 400, 4,000, whatever
Yes.
from now will know these stories. Just like the stories of the Bible,
Yes.
our stories need to be written, told, and saved that so it can be shared forever and ever, because it's part of our history, it's part of our DNA. It won't ever go away.
That's right.
So
That's right.
The Seeds of Revolution, Daughters of the Whirlwind, on all podcasting stations.
Repost that for me, y'all. I need y'all to repost that for me. I need y'all to go check this out, man. Repost that for me.
And if you look it up, you can put in even Chairman Fred Hampton with Daughters of the Revolution, and it should pop right up on YouTube. That's the best place to look for it, either on Black Power Media or on our YouTube site of Seeds of Revolution, and that's Seeds with a Z. SEEDZ of Revolution.
Yes,
and
indeed.
That's where it is, and that's what it is. And I pray that everybody stay blessed, and like I said, continue to carry it on and continue to move forward.
Right on, my sister. We here for you. We love you. Before I let you go, a brother just commented to me on the page. He wanted to contact me. Our brother, to be a mentor. I'm gonna request you do this, brother. Do that homework assignment for, because I think it's more inspiring when you go look at the sites. My cousin just recommended. Because a lot of times revolutionaries are depicted as some sort of aberrations. Or just some people off the cliff. They just tripping by. You'll be surprised how many, man. The commonality of the way we think. This the cloth I'm cut from, and go look at this. It'll give you a more, like I said, man, a more comfortable. Like man. This is not. You ain't. This ain't weird. You know what I'm saying? It's man, to love our people. Man. You watch the interviews. It's not no, again. This ain't no Black History Month thing, and there's no, you know what I'm saying, when it's politically correct. You know what I'm saying? Or, this is natural to us. You know what I'm saying? I mean, man, we have our contradictions and all that, but to love our people, know who you are. You know, and man, uncommitting. I mean, man, ain't no compromise. Be upfront about that. It'll give you a little more. When you see more people, it's okay, I can do this. Because, you know what I'm saying, I tell you, this is dormant, you know what I'm saying? But to be unapologetically, you know what I'm saying? I tell you, and we, you know what I'm saying? Not that they depict us as somebody just do, or you hate this person. No, we love our people, and we would defend who we are. You know what I'm saying? So check them sites out for me, brother. Please check them sites out for me. Cousin, embrace everybody. Give the family our love. Of course, my mother Conrad Air Western us, and I love. We here for you. Gonna be seeing you soon. Whatever updates, hit us up. Let us know.
Okay, I will. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. We at your service. Love and respect. Oh, man. That's Bilal Sunday Ali that's a hard hit and an HEART hit. But man, I'm man, still shopping, still in men and women shopping, men and women, you know what I'm saying? You dig? Yeah, my eyes got a little watery because I guess what you call them? What they call this stuff? What you call you get the not hay fever? What they got to turn you Isaac T's Sister Dominique Fishback on the movie set. She shot a hell of a scene December 4th. You know, I said, "Oh, you get out, you played Deborah Johnson." I said, my eyes a little watery. Don't get it twisted now. But man, look at them sites. Look at it, man. 2 o'clock, coordinator 2 o'clock. The numbers get coming 708-223-8953. You call on in. We've got to come on out here in a minute, y'all. Any comments or questions, y'all feel free, y'all. Man, check the interview and the interview she's pointing out to y'all. Real talk. Allergies, yeah, there you go. That's allergies. That's what it was. Real talk. What is it? Yeah, there you show you right, Echo. Yeah. My eyes sweating. There you go, real talk, man. Man, hey, I'm literally flashing back. 'Cause, man, I'm talking about, man, on the phone with this brother, face to face with this brother. Man, go check, man. To hey, mother, the father. I'm talking about the sister, siblings. I'm talking about the brother. I'm talking about, man. These and you have. And I tell you, I say I be tripping. I say I don't know. I take for granted. I be hearing these. I catch the whole thing. This disdain for black men, disdain for black women. I be like, oh, man, man. Don't get it twisted. I mean, I know some fucked up motherfuckers, man, but I know, man, the balance side of that shit. I know, you know what I'm saying, man. I know some real deal. I'm talking about not knowing no abstract way. Real talk. Real talk. I'm under contested conditions. She not just talking. They was on a run. I'm talking man. Baby in tow. I'm talking man on the run. Targeted. Locked up, all that. And you see them, you check them, go check them, watch the videos. It ain't no, like you tell people to go overboard like the complex, I'm blacker than black, it's ingrained. It's man. It's a comfortability as opposed to a complex. It's natural. It's man. You see, look at Bilal with the dashiki, you know what I'm saying? It's natural. It's natural. It's natural. Make sure y'all check that out, man. Check them some websites, YouTube sites she recommended. And I'm just And actually, they were supposed to be here for December the 4th, and they couldn't make it December the 4th. That the night before, she said we ain't gonna be because the word was that they was expected to make this transition. He might not make it past the 4th. He fought that, and Mama Pam Africa was she touched down. She's talking about even the pain. He was dealing with a lot of pain, a lot of physical pain. And I didn't, unbeknownst to me, that's what she kind of hit me with them allergies. You did about the 48th anniversary. And they'll say I made the transition to 30th, and then that was the time right before the same to the date of their 40th anniversary. Fulani. I said, whoa, back together again. They ain't like she said, even man, you talk me, I tell people like when people talk about different people, other communities, you hear like the contested conditions. It's like this when the coronavirus came, the divorce rate was so it went up because motherfuckers had to be together. So they didn't even know each other. Imagine being on the run, underground. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these relationships, they like business. They like, like someone said about the marriage contract. It's business. They don't even know each other. They ain't got to be around each other. Man, being on the run with somebody, the confidence, the stuff that you might take for granted, might leave out the room for me, man. They gonna make a deal, turn me in. None of that. Comrades. I'm talking not just no relationship and no abstract. I love you. I love him to my man. That understand that understanding. I told people, I said when they talk about mother, I've seen people. They really can't grasp that fact. I'm talking about, man, that's the chairman. The sister, man. She said, man, how you feel covered down over your man when they came in this mother comrade almost, man. She at that club table. She said, hey, I covered down with the deputy chairman, the little chapter of the Black Panther Party. That had commitment. And I sympathize. A lot of people don't that it's not there to have it. So you be like, man, I said, like in that movie, the scene Junior Black Messiah, when Daniel Kaluuya portrayed Chairman Frey, said we should be so lucky. So not just a question of, to have something to stand for, to believe in. I said, no, I don't get down. I know for this, man, I don't compromise this. You know what I'm saying? But when you deprive of people their culture, their history, their legacy, to have nothing, just like a walking jellyfish, to no spine, no backbone. Say, hold on, man, the line stops here. No, we don't do that. It's a hustler, a thief. So that's hey, hold on. Like in the movie, in the show, The Wire, dude say, man, hold on, we don't get out on Sundays, man. Some of them days off. The dude said, man, we cross you cross that day. Be some line of demarcation. You say, whoa, that's a no go. And then not only have it for you as an individual to be part of a community of people that, oh my, what? That's a different, man. You can see it exudes. Go look at the interviews. Watch the interview. I'm to my man. Go watch that scene with Deborah Johnson to my man holding me as a child. You talking about, I'm talking about, she's talking Chairman Fred, the man. Man, this ain't no just no abstract, or I like you as my, man, the commitment. We call it Cub confidence. To have that, to be deprived of that, shit, man. I tell people, say, man, don't get a lot of people die for a lot of different things, you dig? Like, a lot of people escape chattel slavery. But to have Harriet Tubman have a reason to go back, even when the individuals, they fall short. You know what I'm saying? Say, no, this, like I tell people, say, man, say, no, this the commitment I am to our people. If you don't know our people, if you know our people in an abstract, nice, fluffy way, green juice drinking way, that's one thing. But with the flaws of our people, the ups and downs, the contradictions, to know who done this to our people, to know that, you know, to be clear that, to be able to distinguish, you know, saying some of those are almost like who are casualties. Yeah, to not come with an abstract, oh, I love all black people. No, to recognize that there are casualties. To recognize this is a war waged on us. To recognize that, man, this love is not an uncontested love. It's not an abstract. This ain't no fucking Hallmark card. This is man, blood, sweat, and tears and years. You dig? This is, if you don't look good, I don't look good. You know what I'm saying? If you funny, you know what I'm saying? Man, this is knowing if I'm doing, man, a bigger picture. This is recognizing the whole is greater than the part. This is knowing that even, you know what I'm saying, the way we got to deal with our contradictions. This is recognizing there's a bigger picture. She said she came as an individual. She came in more as an individual. She said she wanted acknowledging it. I discussed with Mother Conrad earlier today. I said, man, situation happened another day. I went through and I talk about it later. I said, man, I wanted to be subjective, man. I thought, she said, Mother Conrad said, you? Subjective? You? I said, yeah. My subconscious may come in, but you check it. The greater good. Man, to be the man. Because you know what I'm saying? We involved with people in situations that we know are bigger than us. You did? People say, man, you always say Chairman Fred, you understand about that. Man, him being Chairman Fred does not negate him being Deborah Johnson, the Cool and Jerry's husband, Francis Iberia Hampton's son, or Fred Hampton Jr.'s father. He's the man, the chairman. You know what I'm saying? She said, man, that commitment to get to the world. But allow somebody up there for a saxophone player, man, wherever ring you're comfortable, man, I just relate to him as the mosque, the Muslim. You say, man, it's okay, man. I'm just an entertainer. Up to any arena you want to go in. And then she said, even on his last days, I'm talking about, man, just still that connect, that man, even in the pain, the people, to connect to the people. You did. And it's something you can't explain. You can't explain to a lot of people. They can't relate to that. You did. I want y'all to go check that out, y'all. Real talk. Make sure go to the whirlwind. Make sure we go check it out. Real talk. Oh man, what I say in the building is what it is. I want to. Hey man, matter of fact, I want to get them on some interviews, some different shows. Get them on your show too, though. You know, and go check, man. I throw this out, brothers and sisters, y'all. You know, you'll say a lot of us have been culturally deprived of examples of people that we relate to. They come from that cloth, y'all. Stephen W. Lynn, man, hey, man, Louisiana in the building. I'm waiting on Comrade Chewy to call in, but I gave the number 708-223-8953. I'm at the Cub on out because the studio usually won't even open today. They said, man, I appreciate them. They said, man, tell Chairman, come on in. And I, just want to get hey, the birthdays, man, I put the People's Ball, we celebrated. I was knocked out the whole next day. I mean knocked out. I'm talking about, I appreciate you. Hey, Revolution Love and appreciate all y'all who came out, showed up and showed out. The text messages, everything. Man, I ain't get to get my step on, but man, the energy was off the chain, man. Off the chain. You know what I'm saying? 2025, New Year's resolution, fight harder. Fight hard. Right on. All right, y'all, keep your heads up, eyes on the fist, because y'all was called free them off. That'll win. Long live Baba Bilal Sonny Ali. Not a role model, but a real model. A real model. That picture of him, happy. I didn't know that. I would have put on there, happy 48th anniversary. Tell Mama Fulani. And boy, she's something that stand up and on right up to me. What them two? What? Shh. With them children. What? Man, grandchildren, the ask before them. See what I'm saying? We can't talk about us as individuals. Man, I tell people, man, hey, bring me my flaws and all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all that. You know what I'm saying? What Tupac say, that rolls in the concrete look different. That's all. Yeah, you were talking about my flaws, but make sure you tell me they come with that concrete. Yeah, now that rolls look a little different on it. Yeah, look a little different. Free them all.